Hi, welcome to Qigong. I'm Jen, and today I'm going to take you through a Qigong exercise. So I hope you guys are ready. Qigong is basically a moving meditation, and I've been doing it for about 15 years now. I'm 31, and I have a few autoimmune diseases, and so I like to do Qigong because it de-stresses me and helps me feel better. And I just want to share it with you guys. I have lots of videos on my channel, so make sure to check them out. And I hope you like this exercise and doing it along with me, and maybe I'll try to live stream more. Today is my first live stream, so I just thought I'd try it and see what happens. So let's get into it. So first, we're going to do some stretching. Stretching is very important to do beforehand, so we'll start by just warming up a little bit. I'm in an apartment. When I'm not in my apartment and I'm able to be outside, I usually do jumping jacks to warm up, but when I'm in here and I'm on the third floor, I just kind of shake around, so feel free to just kind of move around, get your body moving. It's very important to warm up, get your blood circulating before you stretch. So just kind of do some moving around to the degree that you feel comfortable. You always want to be listening to your body, so make sure you're doing that. We're just shaking around, getting warmed up. And then we'll move into some light stretching. So let's stretch our neck out. So pull it over to the side. We're going to be doing some moving meditation today and some good Qigong to get our energy flowing, feeling a little better, feeling a little less stressed. Qigong is a great low impact exercise. Pull your head forward, not too much, but just kind of feel your muscles stretching a little bit. We're not going to do anything too crazy today. Roll your shoulders backwards. We're just gonna, and then forwards. We're just gonna go through these movements and try to get a little more centered and try to feel a little better and release a little stress and just focus on our bodies for a while. Do some arm circles slowly. Start breathing deeply to open up a little bit, and then move your arms forward. Just feeling our chest open up, breathing in deeply. Stretch our arms across, feeling good. Hope you guys are doing all right today, and if you're not, I hope this helps you feel a little better. Other arm. Breathe in and out deeply. And stretch, holding your arms like this to get that tricep right here. Stretching is very important. Even if you don't do Qigong every day, I highly recommend stretching every day because you just get that flexibility and you feel good. Your blood flows a little better. We're going to take our arm to the side now, just shoving it down like that and pulling to get this back part of our arm and the scapula a little bit. So feel that. Make sure you're listening to your body. If you feel any pain, slow down. Don't overdo it. Just take it easy and have some fun. We're here to just relax and feel a little better today. All right, I'm going to move on to our leg stretches a little bit. So get your feet apart. If Qigong can also be done sitting or laying down. So if you're doing that, just stretch to the best of your ability. I'm just going to go through my regular stretching routine for you guys. So make sure your knees are a little bit loose so you don't hurt them, and then lean forward. stretching out your back and your legs. You can move a little bit to kind of loosen up your lower back, and then reach over to one of your legs, and I kind of lean back and push back a little bit on my leg to get the back of it, and then pull over to the side a little bit to get the inside. And that really helps me. And then the same to the other one, leaning back a little bit, pulling to the side a little bit, just feeling that energy starting to flow, and then back to the center. And then for those of you comfortable with this neck stretch, gotta pull your pants up a little bit so that'll work. You get into your Kung Fu horse stance, so make sure your spine is always straight when you do this. Make sure your knees aren't extending over your toes, and you're just stretching out those inner thighs a little better. Just kind of feeling good. Might work a couple movements with this posture into our Qigong practice, because it's one of my favorites and really helps strengthen your thighs. It's great for kicking, so if you do other martial arts. And so this next one we're going to do, have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Get your heel down if you can. And then I like to, so it's a basic lunge, but then I like to add this on where I lace my fingers together and then bend forward. And then you get a nice little shoulder stretch as well. And sometimes my back will even crack a little bit and feels really good. So recommend that one. And then we'll go to the other side, the other leg. And then I link my fingers and go forward and lean back to get it into more of a chest stretch. And raise your head so that your neck is getting stretched a little bit. Feels good. Now we'll get into a thigh stretch. If you need a chair or anything to keep your balance, just hop on over to a chair. Otherwise, it's just the classic thigh stretch, quad stretch. I like to imagine roots coming from my feet to stabilize myself. But if I'm feeling focused and relaxed, usually it works pretty well. There's still some days where I'm hopping around a bit wildly, but most of the time it's pretty good. We'll do a couple seated stretches as well to finish up. Just bring your leg in, have the other one pointed out, lean forward, reaching towards your toes. Don't strain yourself too much. We're not gonna get crazy over here. Other foot. Qigong is a martial art, and if you do the movements quickly, can actually be used effectively as a martial art if you learn exactly how to apply it. But here on my channel, just cross your leg over your other leg, put your hand on your knee, have your other hand to the back, and twist around to get that lower back and really all the way up your back. And then you can look over your shoulder to get an extra little stretch there. Breathe into that one. But on my channel, and then the other foot, I like to focus on the healing modalities of Qigong because that's what really has helped me. As I said earlier, I have 3 autoimmune diseases, so sometimes it's hard to deal with that, and stress definitely, I have one more, exacerbates it. So with Qigong, I'm able to de-stress and feel great. So hopefully you guys can too. So we're going to end with a butterfly stretch. Everyone does this a bit differently depending on flexibility. I like to start going wide and getting my head down to my feet, stretching my back, and then bring it in a little bit more to get more of the buttocks area and a little bit of the even lower back. And if you pull your shoulders forward, you can even get your scapula a little bit. So this is a really great stretch. And then the last, I pull it in as far as I can and just kind of lean to the side to get that inner thigh in, because I find that really gets tight on me and scrunches up. It makes it difficult to move. And again, you can move your shoulders so that you're stretching those as well, because a lot of tension and knots can get stuck in there right around your shoulder blades. And it's great to work those out. So now we're stretched, we're feeling good. In my personal practice, which I'll share with you today, learned a little trick in Kung Fu to get my mind in the correct mindset. And at some point I might do a video on this if people are interested, but just if you just want to take a breath to feel a little more centered, that's great. I like to double check that I'm in the right mindset by doing this exercise. This is a candle exercise from Kung Fu. And basically, if you're in the right mindset, when you put your hand down just a little bit, the candle will go out, and it won't go out if you are unfocused. And so I like to make sure I'm perfectly focused by doing this exercise. And if I'm feeling a little scattered, it can take a few times sometimes. But then when it goes out, I can remember what it feels like, because it's a perfect feeling of emptiness and of knowing. And that's what you want to try for when you're practicing Qigong, is feeling centered and empty and only focusing on exactly what you're doing, but not being, not latching onto it, just being open, letting the energy flow. So breathing in and out, and there it goes. So that's good. That means I'm in a good mindset today, which is perfect. Again, at some point, maybe if I get enough subscribers, I'll do a video of how to do the candle exercise. Okay, so now let's begin our practice. So we're gonna start by getting into our Qigong stance, which is feet shoulder width apart, knees loose, toes pointing forwards, parallel to each other. And you want your tailbone to be pulled down into the ground and curving up just a little bit, because we're going to try to straighten our spine as much as possible. You want to think of your spine as a string of pearls. So if you don't pull it, if you're holding a string of pearls and you don't pull it from the bottom and from the top at the same time, it's going to be slack and not straight, which is what we're going for. So you want to pull it from the bottom, have it be driven into the ground. You can imagine a pole coming from your tailbone going into the ground. That helps some people. And then imagine a string hanging down from the sky and attaching to the crown of your head. And so you're being pulled down and then being held up by that string. And so your neck's kind of going to be just nice and loose, and it's not even really holding your head. Your head is suspended all on its own. So when those two are good, you're being pulled down, being held up. Tuck your chin back so that your neck is straight, and then relax your shoulders. keep your armpits open, keep your fingers open, because energy is going to come in from between your fingers, and there's some great big energy centers right at your armpits, and so you want to leave those open. And then your chin is tucked. You want the tip of your tongue to be just behind your teeth where your palate meets your teeth, because that connects your back meridian energy flowing up through the balls of your feet, up your spine, over your head, into your head from the heavens, and then down the front of your face. And then when you connect your tongue there, it's going to go all the way down, back down your feet, back into the ground to create a complete circuit. So without your tongue being there, the circuit isn't quite complete. Now, you don't have to remember all of this if this is your first time doing Qigong. Just do your best. Just have fun with it. Focus when you can. But really just try to relax and listen to your body and see how you feel. You might feel energy running through you. You might feel tingling in your fingers or toes. You might be able to actually sense the energy between your hands. But just be on the lookout for what your body is doing. And if you feel any pain, just back it off a little bit. Again, these exercises can be done sitting down or lying down. You can even just imagine all the exercises and they'll still give you some benefit. So let's get started. We'll start with a bow. I like to do the traditional Shaolin bow, since that's how I started with Qigong, was with Kung Fu. So then into our Qigong stance, feeling nice and relaxed. And we're going to be breathing in and out through our nose into our Dantian. Our Dantian is the energy center 2 inches behind our navel. Although if you get into a little further, it can be behind your navel or 2 inches below, depending on where your center of gravity is. But if you're just starting out, just imagine it behind your navel as a beautiful ball of white energy that is always inside of you. And this is where your energy is stored when you're not doing Qigong or not using it for something else. So we're going to activate that. So see that ball of energy there. If you feel your attention wandering at any time, come back to your Dantian, because that's where you want your focus to be most of the time, is on that. We always want to try to move from our center. So have your hands over your Dantian to focus on that. If you are female, have your left hand over your right. If you're male, right over left. And if you're somewhere in between, then do whatever feels comfortable for you and you'll be good. So breathe in, expanding your belly as you breathe in, and breathe out, contracting it. Let's do 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Sinking a little bit deeper into your stance, feeling energy start to move through you as your body relaxes. Now, before we start, I would like you to close your eyes. And I really love starting my practices by focusing on a quote by Bruce Lee, which I believe really embodies the essence of Qigong, which is empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water in a teacup, it becomes the teacup. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Just breathe in and out, taking that thought in. That thought of emptiness, of being formless. When we practice Qigong, we want to basically melt into the universe, into the environment around us, and become one with all of nature. All right, so now we're going to breathe in and open our hands, eyes open now, and breathe out, letting our hands lower. Try to feel energy around you as you move. Face your palms forward, and let's start by bringing our hands together and rubbing them. Feeling heat start to build in them. Feeling energy start to flow out of our dantian a little bit and into our hands and into our feet. Squeeze your palms together just like this, opening and closing them. And you can do a few one way and then flip it to do them the other way. I do about 5%. Just do that a few times to get that energy really flowing. Just squeeze your hands. Feel them starting to warm up. Maybe you're feeling energy starting to flow through your body. All right. And then the last one to open up our hands is smoothing one hand over the other and then bringing it back as a knife palm. So you're pushing forward and you're breathing out on that, and then inhale, bringing in the knife palm. So breathe out, breathe in. And switch hands, breathing out and in. Now, if you're a seasoned veteran of Qigong, you're probably pretty good at breathing, but I know with some beginners, I've had some people who have complained about getting a little lightheaded if they breathe too deeply, too soon, or for too long. So make sure you're listening to your body, and if the breathing is making you uncomfortable at any time, just rub your hands together now. Then just go back to regular breaths, sit down for a little bit if you need to. You just do what your body feels is best for you on that day. And with Qigong, it kind of goes up and down and then plateaus and then goes up and down, and then you get a little better and a little better. And, it's a very interesting form, but like most exercise though, so. All right, let's get into our practice. So have your palms facing forward, and we're going to be breathing in and moving our hands up. When you move your hands up, make sure you're still in your Qigong stance, by the way, with your tailbone being pulled down and your head being pulled up. You want your shoulder to be what moves down to lift your arms up. So whenever we do movements involving our arms, we're always moving from the shoulder, and your arms just kind of follow along with it. They're just kind of there following along, and eventually you'll feel like your arms are just moving on your own and on their own. It's pretty crazy. So lower your shoulders and breathe in, stretching your arms outward. Turn your palms toward the sky and see a brilliant arc of light connecting palm to palm. Stretch your arms out from your shoulders. And then breathe out, going all the way up. Looking up, you want to form a diamond with your hands at the top. Look through that diamond, sending energy out from your feet all the way to outer space. See energy shooting past the moon and the stars, out into the depths of darkness and beauty. Breathe in, bringing in new, fresh energy from all those outer planets and all those stars. See it coming into the crown of your head and hold your breath for 3 seconds. And then exhale, letting that energy flow down your body, your chest and your stomach. It's flowing down your arms, past your hips, thighs, knees, calves, out your feet, into the earth, where old stagnant energy is being released, and then you're drawing up new energy also through your feet, the balls of your feet, which is kidney 1, bubbling spring. And now we're breathing in, bringing that energy all the way up our body, shooting the energy out once again, breathing out, and breathe in. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, and exhale, letting that energy flow down our body. See it as a waterfall of bright light coursing through your body, removing any blockages and going down into the earth. Breathe in. We'll do that movement again. Inhale all the way up if you can, and then exhale, shooting that energy out. Inhale, bringing that heavenly energy in through the crown of your head. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, and exhale down your head, down your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your dantian, your hips, your thighs, knees, calves, out your feet into the earth. And then let the energy flow back up to your feet, and we'll settle it just a little bit, breathing in and then out, letting us refocus. So our next movement is going to be more of a cyclic movement. I'll show you from the side so you can see a little better. What we're going to do is start with our hands right or left on top, doesn't matter. Just have one about this level of your upper chest and one just below your belly button. And we're going to cycle them around like this, but very close to each other. And what we're going to do is breathe in, bringing our hands together, and then breathe out, letting them go apart, and they'll go a little bit further up and down, and then breathe in, and then out. We're moving them in that forward motion. Out. Breathe in and out. Seeing that energy in, cycling through our body. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Try to feel the energy going up your spine and across your tongue and then down the front of your body, creating a beautiful circuit. This is known as the small universe circuit. Breathe in and out. Just relax into this movement. We'll do 2 more cycles. Breathe in and out, and in and out. And then breathe in one last time. Bring your hands together and out. Lower them to the ground. We'll recenter, so breathe in and out, letting energy settle down and flow smoothly. With Qigong, you never want your energy to be too high or too low. What we're trying to do is balance it, because excess energy isn't good, at least when it stays in places in our body for too long. But also, lack of energy isn't good. So we're trying to move the energy through our bodies to where it really needs it and balance everything out. So now we're going to do a movement to open up our lungs a little bit. So we're going to go into the horse stance that I explained earlier, but I will show you again. For anyone with disabilities or mobility issues, just be sure you're feeling good about this. If not, just do it sitting down or lying down or visualize in your head. If you're feeling kind of okay about it, you can just do it standing up. You can do it a little wider, or I'm going to do it very wide in my Kung Fu horse stance. So what you want to remember at whatever level you're at is to keep your spine very straight. That is the most important thing. And then you want to make sure your knees aren't overextending over your feet, because you can really hurt your knees like that. So just be careful. Notice where your feet are. If you're up here, you're gonna be bending your knees a little less. The wider your feet, the more bent your knees can be. So we're going to go up on our knees, never straightening them completely, just keeping them nice and bouncy and loose. And then breathe in, and then breathe out, having our hands to the side like this. And we're going to go into a bow and arrow movement from the 8 Pieces of Brocade routine, which you can find that full routine on my channel. But then we're breathing in, having 2 fingers here and a fist here in a bow and arrow movement. Breathing in, lowering into our stance. And then breathing out, releasing that all the way over until we bring our hands back together. And then breathe in again. Sinking into that, and then exhale, over, inhale, turning our head as well, exhale, and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do one more revolution. Exhale, inhale, pulling back that arrow, stretching our tendons. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, and gently bring your feet back up, keeping your balance, shaking out your hips and thighs a little bit, and then breathe in and out to settle that energy. All right, our next movement is going to be a spinal movement that's going to help our kidneys a bit. It's called looking at the moon. So we're going to imagine that the moon is directly behind us, and we're going to do a turning motion to bring that moon energy to us and into our dantian. What you don't want to do with this is have your knees be turning too much. Make sure you're not tweaking them. Try to just turn at your hips if it's possible. Above all, just make sure your knees are feeling okay and listen to them. With this exercise, keep them loose. Try to keep your hips forward if you can, and just be moving your upper torso, because this is really to kind of, I don't want to say grind your inner organs, but kind of. We're squeezing the muscles around our inner organs to get blood flowing through them and get energy moving through them. So we're going to breathe out, turning to the moon behind us, reaching our arms up, and then breathe in, seeing that moonlight streaming in, and then see a ball of light in front of you, and just kind of move your arms around, seeing that light flow in and brighten that sphere. And then breathe out to the other side and breathe in, drawing in that beautiful moonlight, and breathe out into the ball of energy. And then breathe in again and out to the moon, allowing the moon to take any excess energy from you, and breathe in that new fresh moonlight and breathe it out into the sphere. Breathe in again, seeing the sphere brightening, and breathe out to the moon. Breathe in, drawing in that energy. Make sure your spine is staying straight through all this. Breathe out into the sphere. Breathe in, seeing that energy brighten. And breathe out to the moon. We'll do one last round. Breathe that beautiful luminescent energy in and then out, seeing it brighten and be so vibrant and beautiful in front of you. Breathe out or in, and then out to the side one last time. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to move our feet in just a little bit. Mine were a little wider, so breathe in and exhale energy down. All right, we're going to do one last movement before some longevity exercises. So see that ball of light in front of you now, and close your eyes for just a moment and picture the ball of light between your hands. This is your dantian and the energy that is always inside of you. And right now, with the energy from the environment and nature all around us, we're purifying it and helping it to grow brighter and more energized today, so that you can feel better and have a greater store of energy available to you at all times. So right now, imagine water all around you. It can be the ocean. It can be a still pond. It can be a pond with a waterfall around you somewhere. I'm going to imagine a pond at night with a crystal floor and waving plants around me in the water. Imagine the water coming up to just about chest height, and I'm in the pond at night, so it's dark and glinting in moonlight. Now imagine something floating on the water in front of you. I'm going to imagine flower petals. But if you're at the ocean, maybe it's seaweed or little seashells turned upside down, floating like little boats around you. Whatever works for your imagination is great. Qigong works best when you can really visualize something beautiful around you to bring in new, beautiful nature energy. But whatever you visualize, push your chi ball, which chi is your vital energy, so that ball of light into the water, and let it just rest where your feet are resting. See it down there in the water, gathering energy from all you're doing, gathering beautiful energy from the peaceful water and the beautiful things around it, brightening slowly with every breath. And now we're going to be up here with our arms, and I simply want you to exhale as you come forward, and then inhale, or exhale as you go to the side, and then inhale as you come to the middle, and then exhale and inhale. And while you do these exhales and inhales, you're going to imagine pushing whatever's floating across on top of the water across. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. You're turning your torso just a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Feeling your fingers move through that beautiful, smooth water. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Feel it trailing past your fingers. Inhale, exhale. Keep your spine straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and then lower your hands into that water. Exhaling. Inhale, drawing the water up, cupping your hands, holding some of that water, seeing it glowing all around you now. And bring that golden water and let it surge over your face. Breathe in and out. Let it flow down. And one more in and out. Letting your energy settle. And then let that chi ball float back up and back into your dantian. Concentrating down into a smaller ball, but not getting dimmer, getting brighter as it concentrates, because it's just condensing so it can be right where it needs to be. Right 2 inches behind your belly button. All right, I hope you're enjoying the practice so far. Now we're going to move into some longevity exercises. So rub your hands together. These exercises are going to stimulate chi and energy flow through your entire body. Really try to feel some heat building in your hands. Right now we're going to really absorb even further all that new energy that we just brought in with our exercises. So I want you to take your palms and wash them over your face, going up and then around 8 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then take the tips of your fingers and I want you to tap along the center of your head and then around your head right here. So do that about 8 times. 3. And if you can really let your wrists flop, you can hit your head a little harder, which may not seem like a good idea, but trust me, it's stimulating blood flow to your brain. It's getting all the acupuncture points at your brain and really helping energize you. Hopefully that feels pretty good to you. And then the next movement we're going to do, go ahead and listen to me first because you're going to be covering your ears. So you're going to cover your ears with your palms and then have your fingers flick the back of your head right here where your skull is meeting your neck. Hopefully you can see that. So cover your ears and flick the back of your head 8 times. All right, and that's called beating the drum and really stimulates you and gets extra air energy out of your head so you can concentrate on whatever you're concentrating a lot better. And I really like that exercise. It also helps with neck pain and tension at your neck. So then we're going to move on to another exercise on our ears. We're going to massage them from the very tips, from the very top tips to the very bottom tips, getting every little point you can in between. This gets all those acupuncture points in your ear because every acupuncture point has an ending in your ear. So ears are very good to stimulate for Chinese medicine. Feels pretty good too. Kind of pull your ears a little bit. Very nice. All right. So the next movement is going to be another ear movement. Get your fingers and move them in your ear a little bit and then pull them out so they make a little bit of a sound. Hopefully you can kind of hear that. And do that 8 times. Right. And now if you can make a little bit of sound, we're going to do more of a sound one. I'll be a little quieter since I'm in an apartment here, but you can even just do it as a breath if you can't really be loud right now. That works too. But you're going to be kind of going down into a horse stance again, so be prepared for that if you're able to, obviously. And you're going to pull down on your eardrums as you squat down and go, ha! So breathe in, ha! 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 All right, and I think we've tortured our ears enough. Just kidding. Hopefully they feel a lot better. Mine always feel better after those exercises. So now take the knuckle of your thumb, and we're going to place it just to the side of our eye, right here. There's an acupuncture point there. You might feel a little bit of a knob or a knot, and we're going to roll our knuckles there 8 times forward and 8 times backward. All right. And then we're going to place our thumbs where the thumb knuckles just were and take our pointer fingers and draw them across our eyebrows 8 times. 3, 4. I'll get a little closer so you guys can see me for this face stuff. 7, 8. And then we're going to do the same thing to under our eyes to get those capillaries and everything flowing well. I'm always told I look young for my age. I'm 31, so maybe these exercises help with that. I don't know. They're longevity exercises. Who knows? Hopefully they help you feel better at least. All right, so for this next one, have your palms right over your eyes, and you're going to close your eyes when your palms are over your eyes, and then open them up and open up your mouth as well. So you'll breathe in and then go, and we'll do that 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then if you're female, take your right 2 fingers over here, and if you're male, take your left. It'll be opposite for you since I'm mirroring you, but you know which is which. And if you're somewhere in between, just do whatever feels comfortable and just rub the bridge of your nose 8 times, or just above the bridge of your nose, I guess, between your eyebrows. Get that point. And then take your hands and put them together. Rub them a bit to get a little heat and friction flowing there, building up that chi, seeing chi flow there. And we're going to take our fingers on either side of our nose and shoot our hands up 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then take those same areas of your hands, and we're gonna go like this across our upper and lower lip. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then take your pointer fingers, and we're going to move our mouth into a smile and then a frown 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then chomp your teeth together 36 times. So you're just not too hard, just gently clap your teeth together 36 times. Right now we're generating saliva, which is really important to your body and to all the practice of Qigong. So don't swallow in any saliva that's gathered, because we're going to do a little exercise with it. Nothing too crazy. Just, saliva is weird. Look it up for Qigong. It's very important though, and really energizes your body. So 36 times. There we go. And now take your tongue and run it around the top and bottom of your teeth 8 times counterclockwise, and then 8 times clockwise with your mouth closed. All right. All right, so now you have some saliva gathered. So what you want to do is take that saliva and get it into one big bowl, and then see it glowing really, really brightly. And you're going to separate it into 3 equal pieces and see each piece you're going to swallow deliberately and see it glowing really, really brightly and going down into your body, and that brightness going down and expanding through your body, healing you. So first third, swallow. And the second third, swallow. And the last one, swallow. And then take your hand, again, left for male, right for female. And if you're in between, whichever one feels more comfortable, and just run your fingers 8 times down your neck. And then take that same thumb and find a little divot between your clavicles and rub there and circle around 8 times. And then take your hands and find your clavicle bone and just tap under it, kind of with hands like this, and do that 8 times. Get those points. And then we're going to tap 1 shoulder and 1 kidney down here 8 times. And then other way. Very nice. I'm going to stand up again because we're going to finish off a bit here. So we're going to tap the chi we gathered into our body now. And again, have those floppy wrists, as long as your wrists are able to do this. And just hit down your arms. And this gets the energy into your bone marrow. So we're going down the back of our arm and then up the inside of our arm. And one more time. Other side. Two. And 3. And then we're going to tap down our torso 3 times. And then take your hammer fists and we're going to tap down the outside of our legs and then up the inside of our legs. So just getting those energy channels. 1, 2, and 3. And then tap where your hips, that little divot right there in your hips, to break up stuck energy there, because it is very easy to get energy stuck there. And that'll loosen those tendons a bit and get the side as well. You can do a fun little dance when you do that. And you gotta have a little fun with all this. And then take those same fists, we'll take the front of the fist now and tap your tailbone. So just lean over and tap your tailbone a few times, breaking up that energy, helping to loosen that. You can even go up your back, your spine a little bit to kind of massage that a little bit and loosen it up. And then take your back knuckles right here and massage your kidneys. Your kidneys are right here at your lower back, and they hold the energy of fear and worry a little bit, and stress. So you just want to kind of break that up, let them flow, because you want your kidneys to be clear over all your organs. They're all important, and I do have a video, turn your palms now and see them filled with chi, and now pat that into your kidneys. And the video I just uploaded the other day is a 6 healing sound video where you can break up any fear energy and any emotions attached to your organs with the 6 healing sounds. So definitely check that out if you want to work with your other organs and other emotions. And of course, it includes kidneys and the emotion of fear as well. All right, so now we're going to tap our feet. I'm going to do it lightly, again, since I'm in an apartment, but I'll imagine that the energy is going really, really deeply. This is to break up energy in the ball of your foot. It is a very important energy center, bubbling spring, or kidney 1. So again, it's with our kidneys. So just balance a little bit and do that 8 times. Other one. And then inhale, bringing our palms back together, seeing our energy settle, making sure our spine is straight and we're back in our Qigong stance. Recentering our energy into our Dantian. And circle around about 8 times, getting smaller and smaller until the energy is set in our Dantian. And I like to shake my hands a little bit just to really seal it in. And then breathe in, bringing your feet together, your hands together, and we'll end with a bow. So I hope you enjoyed this practice today. It looks like I had at least 1 viewer, so thanks for practicing. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you feel a little better. I'll try to do more videos like this if people are interested. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe if you like what you saw. Thank you.